Absolutely nothing, buddy.
We contract the removal of waste materials from hospitals and other health facilities.
I don't want to be paid cash up front.
You show up here in the morning, and I'll pay you for the previous day's work.
Open up in there.
What do you want?
402. You are paid up through tonight.
Yes, so what?
Were you planning on extending your stay?
You plan on turning on the heat?
You stay past tonight, pal. I want some scratch, or your stuff winds up out in the street. Capiche? Come on! Stick, you miserable...
I want my money from yesterday.
Come in. I'm a man of my word. Now get to work. The truck is waiting.
You know what happens to that stuff that we take out of the hospitals?
Yeah. You take it to the dump, and you dump it.
Now, the bags break open half the time. The stuff goes down into the sewer and into the water system.
Get to work.
There is a school right down the street from the dump. The sewer carries that stuff right past it. These kids are getting sick from it.
Listen, Norton, I don't pay you to look in sewers. You take your money, you cart the stuff, and you shut your mouth. I'll worry about the water system.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry to bother you.
You don't know who you're screwing with. I got friends. Connect it up, my friends.
Now you listen to me. You can screw all of your friends, because you don't know who you're messing with. So long, Trixie.
You'll be sorry you did this. You just made big trouble for yourself that you won't see the end.
You sabotaged a federal investigation at its most critical point. Vince didn't make it clear to you that the idea is to bring down Volchek?
The only thing he made clear was that he was calling in his marker. That is the only reason I left the happy purgatory that I established for myself. But I got eyes of my own, Frank. And I could see that to bring Volchek down would have been a monumental mistake.
This investigation has cost me the best agent I ever worked with, not to mention a friend for life. I want to get something out of this thing.
Is that what it's about, Frank? Getting someone? No matter how meaningless his criminality or the impact on the people around him? To cut Volchek off from these people without preparing them would be like trying to wean
We are cops. We're not social workers. Jeez, I wish Vince was here.
I am not a cop, Frank. And I'm not your wayward son come home to beg forgiveness, and I do not need to hear recitation of my sins, the gravest of which is not being Vinnie. Now, when this is over, I am out of here like a shot. But I'm not going to leave this town knowing that the people of this town, the good people of this town, are worse off than when I came. And if you're being a policeman blinds you to that fact, then you have no business being one. And for whatever it's worth, and not that I particularly care, I think Vinnie would have done exactly the same thing I did for exactly the same reason.
What are we gonna do?
You're here because Volchek thinks that he bought you. I'm here because you bought me. There's only one person in this play whose motives he cannot reduce to money.
You really are crazy. I'm not bringing Lacey into this.
She's already in it, Frank.
She knows about the OCB?
She thinks that Vinnie's just a cop. She doesn't even know his real name. Volchek has told her that you're a Fed on the take. He thinks you're still on his side, but she knows the truth. She reasons deductively. Who the hell else in this town is a Fed going to be interested in?
What if she tells Volchek?
She won't.
And how can you be sure?
She knows what control means to him. He welcomed 3 strangers to his town. He places them in position of trust and is duped by all 3. The camel's back is broken as soon as he finds out. She's going to protect him from that as long as she can. She's our only ally, Frank.
The kids need their daddy, is what it amounts to. And you're here to take him away. That is what you're here for.
That does not matter now. Volchek is up at Gorslava in a diminished emotional state. The man lost his hospital, his dream, the only thing that kept him going. Now, the question is how to best deal with him to suit his needs and your town's.
You mean you're not going to arrest him?
It's looking less and less likely.
He's still in control of the town, but he's not in control of himself. Now, he has to be made to realize that and be willing to give up the mantle of leadership, give it back to the people who always had a right to it anyway, even if they don't know it.
So, you gonna help us?
He's a compassionate man, Frank. He really does care about this town and the people in it. He'll listen to reason. He's not beyond that.
Death has no dominion. It did, but it sure as hell doesn't anymore. Washington, Honest Abe, Jefferson, Chester A. Arthur. Sorry, boys, you missed the boat. Volchek Institute of Cryonics. Death be not proud, you've had it, baby. For them, the people, my people, Daddy and Gramps. Vic lives, and through it you too will live. Take what I'm offering you, people of Lynchborough, you ingrates. Vic is coming, whether you want it or not. I want it. I want! Greatest gift of all, and you spit it back in my face. No wonder a pickup and a six-pack is your idea of upward mobility. What the hell could be better than life eternal? Season tickets on the 50? Take away my hospital. But you can't take away my dream. Life. Life! I am become the world, destroyer of death. I am become the world, destroyer of death. I am become the world, destroyer of death.
Who the hell is this guy? HES is poisoning our kids. On your letterhead. Don't you check these guys out before you put them on the payroll?
What's to check out? He's a drifter. He's living hand to mouth. He went batty on me this morning over the way I do business. The son of a bitch stole my watch.
If he's blowing you into me, who else is on his mailing list?
I'm taking care of it. He won't be sending any more letters.
Make sure that he doesn't. I don't want your drifter drifting into my office. I want you to find a guy.
$1,800.
That is a $10,000 watch.
Not to me, it ain't. I can get these all day.
I tell you what, $18.50 in trade for that Bowie knife right there. Huh?
$1,800 for the watch. Take it or leave it.
I tell you what, join the golf clubs, just the golf clubs. Come on.
Athlete, huh? Okay, we got a deal. Do yourself a favor, okay? Don't drink it all. Get yourself a hot meal.
I know where my boy is. He's right out here. He's in Seattle. That makes perfect sense to me. What doesn't make sense is that now I'm supposed to use the tools given to me to stalk mobsters and lowlifes to find my friend. It sucks. I know I have to do it, but I don't want to.
Are you afraid of what you might find?
What he did for a reason. I may not know what that reason is, but I sure as hell understand the overwhelming need to bolt. See, if I go after him, it's like telling a guy he can't take care of himself.
You're being too hard on yourself, Dan. You just want to find him because he's your friend. You don't want to see him make a mistake. You don't want to see him hurt.
The mistake's been made, all right? And he is a survivor. Vinnie can stay lost as long as he wants to.
Look, you admit that his defenses are up. I mean, anybody's would be. And maybe he's even crossed over into some kind of paranoia or something, knowing he's being hunted down.
See, that's part of the reason why I think he's right under our nose, right here. Now, I'm not saying he wants to be found, but maybe he feels he can control the hunt if he's closer in. See, he's the kid that runs away from home, spends the afternoon hiding under the stoop, listening to the search going around there.
You don't have to corner him. You just have to find him.
I don't want to watch this movie again. I've seen it. I'm not going to glean anything new from it except a headache from a different lobe.
This, of course. G. Gordon Liddy feared rats as a child. He ate one to beat that fear. Volchek fears death. He watches this movie.
Oh, it's good to see you again, my homicidal friends.
Couldn't we just eat rats?
Our story is of a different kind. It's an old-fashioned story, full of gallantry.
The more I think about it, the more sense it makes to me, Frank.
Well, if you think it's Seattle, get the effort aimed at Seattle.
The best thing that can happen for all of us is that we find him first. I have to question the tack of hunting him down like a dog.
No one is hunting him down like a dog. There's a lot of people's safety at stake here, not the least of which is Vince's. Now, he has to be found. It's our duty.
You know that what's going on in his head has absolutely nothing to do with the OCB. Now, we owe it to him to let him work it out for himself and come back to us when he's ready.
But what if he doesn't know when he's ready? Who knows what's going on in his mind?
Well, if that's the case, who better to find him than us?
I just said that. I know that.
So nice.
I know that.
to met you again.
I just don't want to be here. It would be better if I was there with you looking for him.
Well, then wrap it up, get on a plane. I could use a support group myself.
All right, Uncle. You give me a call if there's a sighting.
Hey, you know I will.
You tell Kostakis the next guy he sends gets better. Nice watch.
$800.
Sold.
How's your short game?
What?
Around the greens. Golf clubs.
Well, I'm getting pretty good with the 5-iron.
Listen, you didn't hear this from me. You come across a blue face, Ibel 18 karat. I can move a few of those.
I'll keep that in mind. Thanks.
Go to him, Colonel. Remind him of something he said to me once. That his affliction came not from God above, nor from the fiend below, but from within his own heart, his own brain, his own soul. His cure came from within him, too. All he needs is the knowledge that he was his own healer. Without that, he is doomed.
Master, I'm very sorry, but I missed them. The train had already left.
There. That's it. That's the line he's hung up on.
Master, I'm very sorry, but I missed them. The train had already left.
If Kroll had come back and told Smiley the truth, he'd be rid of his demons and enjoying his money.
That's what's wrong with Volchek?
See, this movie is a way for him to control death. He can start and stop it at will. Now, what we need to do is change the ending. I mean, you know, if Kroll had come back and said, hey, Baron, babe, lighten up, you know, it's only a mistake, we'd be out of here.
Oh, come on. And besides, the film doesn't end that way, even if you are right. After the thousands of hours that this guy's watched this thing, it has made indelible impressions on his mind that you're never going to change.
Yes, we are. We're going to scare the crap out of him.
How are we going to do that?
Well, maybe you could use Bobby Lambert.
Who's Bobby Lambert?
Bobby Lambert?
He's a local kid who went nuts because his sweetheart was about to earn her wings here at the parlor. He tried to kill Volchek. Vince stopped him and led Volchek to believe that he killed Bobby to protect Volchek. We've had him in a safe house until the investigation is over.
This isn't an investigation anymore, Frank. This is the Gong Show. Hey, Donnie. Yeah, listen, I want you to go up to the high school, get all the laboratory equipment you can, and meet me up at Gorslava. And bring a lab coat.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. They need a dog.
And I'm definitely not gonna kill a dog.
If this'll help, some of the girls keep things around here to kind of make them feel more at home.
I saw Krull and a dog.
You won't see many such dogs before I'm finished, Baron.
Let me tell you something, Buckwheat. This is stupid, it's nuts, and it's not gonna work.
It's gonna work, Frank, because this time Kroll's gonna come through for Baron Von Dentures.
And why do I have to play Kroll?
Would you rather play Maud?
There is a healing of the flesh and a healing of the spirit. You have said, Baron, that shock was the factor that brought your face to its present condition. Do you remember?
Yes.
Then perhaps shock may be your cure. Shock combined with medical science. I will leave you alone. As you're alone in that grave years ago.
How long?
As long as is necessary. Carl?
No. Not like this. Not like this! Not in the dark! Not in the dark!
Sir Robert,
I thought we'd seen the last of you, Krull.
you must return, Sir Robert. He needs you.
Impossible. We would miss the train.
But you do not understand. He cannot open his mouth.
Nonsense.
But it's true. He cannot speak, he cannot eat or drink. I'm a strong man. With my own two hands, I tried to pry his jaws apart, but I could not. He'll starve, he'll die horribly.
He will not die, Krull. You must tell him simply that he can open his mouth himself.
But you are his healer.
I did not heal him. The fluid I injected into his face was nothing more than distilled water.
Water? But the tropical plant, all the experiments, all the dogs.
An elaborate show, nothing more. The dogs did not die, they were merely drugged. I had to make the Baron think that I was preparing a new and powerful medication.
I still do not understand.
Go to him, Krull. Remind him of something he said to me once. That his affliction came not from God above, nor from the fiend below, but from within his own heart, his own brain, his own soul. His cure came from within him, too.
But he needs...
All he needs is the knowledge that he was his own healer. Without that, he is doomed.
Yes, yes. Oh, I see.
Then go at once and tell him.
Yes, I will.
No, not like this. Not in the dark.
Hello? Mr. Electricity? Hello? Mr. Fusebox? Hello? McPike? McPike? What are you doing with that dog? Whose dog is that? McPike! No? Lococco, something's wrong with McPike. Your boss is losing it right there in the hallway.
No.
What do you mean, no? What's wrong with you people? What's McPike doing?
I saw Kroll and a dog.
What?
I saw Kroll and a dog.
Sir Robert?
Tell us what's happening on the London stage.
Maud! Have you all come to play with me?
What is that strange instrument?
It's a new invention. It's called a hypodermic needle.
No. That's my line, Baron.
Oh, sorry, Sir Robert. No one's ever come to play before.
Well, we're here now.
No, not like this. Not like this. Not in the dark.
Don't get ahead of yourself, Buckley. I asked not to be disturbed.
I saw a Kroll and a dog.
You don't see many such dogs before I'm through, Baron. Kroll, tie him to that chair.
Is this necessary?
It's for your own good. There may be a violent reaction.
Shouldn't I be staring across at my father, whose grave I have defiled?
License is necessary. Respect for the dead.
Ooh.
Now we leave you alone.
How long?
As long as is necessary.
Not like this. Not like this! Not in the dark!
Your cue, Buckley.
No.
He's dead. You've killed him.
The trauma of what has happened has caused his mouth to remain closed tight. It will relax to its normal state in a few days.
I hate doing this.
I thought we'd seen the last of you, Kroll.
Sir Robert, you must return. He needs you.
Impossible. We'd miss our train.
No, you don't understand. He cannot open his mouth. He cannot eat. He cannot drink. He'll die a horrible death.
He will not die. You must go to him and simply tell him he can open his own mouth himself.
But you are his healer.
I did not heal him. The fluid I injected into his face was nothing more than distilled water.
Sir Robert, the dogs, the experiments.
An elaborate show. The dogs did not die. They were merely drugged. Go to him, Kroll. Tell him something he once told me. That his affliction was not caused by God above nor the fiend below, but by his own heart, his own brain, and his own soul.
Sir Robert says there's nothing wrong with you. You can open your mouth if you want. Yeah. It was all an elaborate show. The truth is inside you. You're a free man. You mind if I join you? You know, through all the years of servitude, I have come to realize you're not such a bad guy. So for this I think I'm gonna forgive you. You're not eating.
What are you doing? That's not how it ends.
Sure it is.
I've seen this film a million times. You're supposed to lie to me.
No.
You cover your eye, remembering the pain I once inflicted on you, and then lie about missing Sir Robert at the train station.
No, got there on time.
No, what is this? Either you're playing the game or you're not. Lacey, tell them. Tell them they're wrong.
But they're not wrong, Mark.
I know this movie cold. I know how it ends. It ends in disaster. Sardonicus stares at his father, whose grave he has defiled, and then suffers the consequences of his sins. He doesn't get off this easy.
He does this time.
No! He pays for his sins! Lacey, tell him to stop this. This isn't fun. Get rid of him. No Marek. I mean, just remove them from my personal space.
This time it's true. The truth has always been in you.
No! No! I know how it ends! I know how it ends! He pays! He pays and pays! He doesn't get off!
He lives with his sins. He takes them to his grave. I gotta get out of here. I
Mark.
can't breathe. Not like this! Not in the dark! No! Not like this! Not in the dark! Bobby?
Document, and by the power invested in me as the Baronic Lord of the land, I do irrevocably and forever annul my marriage with one who was no wife to me and for whom I now have neither need nor use, Sardonicus.
I'm so glad Bobby's alive. It was a terrible trick, but I suppose McPike had his reasons.
I'm leaving, Mark.
It's over. I'm free now.
Mark, listen to me. I'm leaving Lynchborough.
What? You can't. This is your home. This is where you live. I need you.
You said it yourself. You're free now.
Yes, but not from you. I don't want to be free from you.
But I kept you imprisoned.
No, you helped me to see the truth.
I helped to blind you. I knew that this belief in cryonics and your father's dream of a dynasty, that was your vulnerability. I saw that vulnerability and I exploited it. I kept you weak because it kept me strong.
Julie, you've helped me. The lessons that I've learned from you are too great to hold on to anger. I have the power not to fear death, but to celebrate life.
You've always had that, Mark.
Yes. Yes, I can see that now. I don't want to waste another minute. There's something I gotta do.
Honor thy father. All right, I'll do it. I'll continue to do it as I've done all these years. But you know what, Daddy? I'll never make a son of mine honor me like this. I'll keep you alive. You are presumptuous enough to think that you had a right to eternal life. Why? You were a domineering son of a bitch. And I allowed you to perpetuate your dominance from inside this nitrogenized cigar tube. Be gone, Daddy. Be gone, Grants. He wouldn't let my mother be preserved because she wasn't a Volchek. The dynasty flowed through the men, he said. The bearers of the sons were immaterial, one just as good as another. How strange it is to feel reborn while standing in your father's tomb. How strange and how wonderful.
What is it?
I never grieved for them. When they died, I didn't grieve because I knew I'd be seeing them again. Reverend Adams congratulated me on the strength of my religious convictions, but I didn't have the heart to tell him it was cryonics. Now they're truly dead. And at my hand, patricide.
You didn't kill them. Death can't be cheated. Not even by Volcheks. But life can be. And they cheated you of yours. They can't do that anymore.
McPike playing crawl. What day is this?
The 17th. Sunday.
Sunday. There's still time.
What for? What for?
Donnie will make a good sheriff as long as he keeps that chip on his shoulder.
That's assuming Sweeney don't rip his head off this morning.
Donnie's fast. He'll do okay if he lets Sweeney chase him. Sweeney's got no legs. We'll see you guys around.
I appreciate you having been here.
Lynchboro Sheriff's Office.
Lococco, I'm glad I caught you. I didn't get a chance to thank you last night. Is McPike with you?
He's right here.
Good. I want to thank him, too. I can thank everyone at once, even Rogo.
What are you talking about?
Bring them up to the mill as fast as you can. I'm going to become part of the community. I can hardly wait.
Donnie Wolovic has requested this rematch with our champion, Mike Sweeney. We all admire you, Donnie. You can take comfort in the words of the immortal Hemingway, a man can be destroyed, but not defeated. As you know, we can't start until Mr. Volchek arrives, so if we could just bow our heads for a moment's silent reflection.
Here I am. This is not your day, Donnie, it's mine. All right. Okay, Mike, let's hit hard and watch the good things happen. Come on. Let's get started. Oh.
This is crazy. Mark, stay down. You gonna let this go on, Lacey?
He's having the time of his life.
I always wanted somebody to beat me up. No one ever would. This was my final act as Lord of Lynchboro. My blood is red. It isn't blue, it's red, just like all of you. You all grew up believing that you owed the Volcheks. Well, the fact is that we owe you. And starting today, I'm going to start paying you back. Volchek Mining and Logging will now be known as Lynchboro Mining and Logging. It will no longer be a private company. It will go public, and stock options will be divided among all of its employees. Full scholarships to the State University for all the former employees of the Tranquility Parlor. We're all family. So it's only natural that, with you as my witnesses, I ask the former Lacey Marseille, Miss Julie Johnson, to be my wife. And that you all come up to Gorslava for the wedding, if she'll have me. I probably owe you everything I have, but what I'd really like to give you is my friendship. Tell me how.
You already have, my friend.
Not to be personal, but are you gonna marry him?
He's on a cloud. When he comes back down to earth, we'll talk about it.
Well, Roger, you were...
Lococco told me to give you this.
Frank, when you find Vince, tell him we're even. Goodbye, Buckwheat.
We ain't gonna come after you. We're on the clock. We're gonna wait for you as long as it takes.